Hi, I'm Doug Ladd. Thank you for joining me for this course on medical terminology and the medical language. In this video, I'm going to take you through, this is a two-part session on just the very basics of medical terminology. And let me tell you also a little bit about my philosophy on how we're going to run this course in general. My experience has been that in order to truly be able to read and speak the medical language just requires practice. And it also requires exposure to a wide range of hearing people use these words, pronounce these words, and seeing the different tips and techniques that people use to put things together when it comes to a medical term. There are some rules, and we will cover those rules. The reason that these rules are in place is one of the things that you'll see is the language of medicine is very precise. And as such, it reduces the risk of error if you're very precise in how you put your words together. So what we're going to do in this first video is just go through some of the basics about root words, root words and the way they work. So I'm using some slides here that were put together by the University of Alabama, Birmingham. I found that they give a very good cover of some of the key pieces here. So what we're going to do in this particular video is it's broken into two pieces, but we're going to discuss the four parts of medical terms. You're going to be able to recognize word roots and combining forms. You'll be able to identify the most common prefixes and suffixes, describe the anatomical positions, define the body planes, identify regions of the body, define directional and positional terms, and then build and divide and spell and pronounce common medical words. Studying medical terminology is like learning a new language. There are basic rules for building terms that will help you both build and translate many different words that you'll encounter throughout your healthcare career. In order to be successful, you've got to be able to put together these words or build words from their parts. It's like building the pieces of a puzzle. It is impossible to memorize all of the thousands of medical terms, and we're not going to ask you to do that. What you're going to do by going through this course, you're going to be able to figure out the words and their meanings by analyzing the word parts. And when you do that, you'll be able to understand much of medical terminology. Now, there are four basic word parts that we're going to cover. Those are word roots, prefixes, suffixes, and combining forms, right? Basically, the core word, the root word, prefix, what you put at the beginning, the suffix, what you put at the end, and the combining form is the methodology of how you combine a prefix with a word root or multiple word roots or a word root and a suffix. So the word root is the general meaning, right? It's truly what it is. It is the general meaning. You're going to learn some of the basic word roots that are very commonly used. Prefixes go at the beginning of the word, suffix at the end of the word, combining vowels connect the word parts. So here's an example of how each is used. This first word, cardiology, right? The word root is cardi. Cardi means heart. Ology means study. That is a suffix. So cardiology means study of the heart. Now we take that same word root and we put the prefix tachy in front of it. Tachy means fast. So tachycardia is the condition of having a fast heart. We take that same word root, cardi, and we put itis behind it. Itis means inflammation. Carditis means inflammation of the heart. And then we're going to cover these combining forms. Combining forms, remember what I said, is that's when you put together a combination of word roots. And in this particular case, we're putting together cardi and my. Cardi is heart, my is muscle. So heart muscle. So disease of the heart muscle is cardiomyopathy. The suffix pathy means disease. So those are the basic word parts. So again, the word root is the core part of the term. There are other videos and materials that you're going to see in this course that get you exposed to all of these different word roots. And you're going to need to learn those. So you're going to need to learn, for example, ostia is bone, cardi means heart, rhino means nose. I'm not going to go through that in this particular video, but you'll see those and much, much more. So we'll continue this on to our next session, the next set of slides.